Everyone, good morning. Welcome back to live learning classes by BOS for Strategic Management. And I see Parth, Nikita, Kadambari, Santika, Ajay, Gaurav, and Gunjan as of now, while others are joining in, right? Ramnivas joined in. Parth, yesterday you weren't able to interact after second half due to cold, but I know that the weather is not right. A lot of people are catching cold. I am also trying to stay away, but again, I feel the kharash in my throat as well. So keep taking some medicine or something, take care, right? It's that time of the year when you have to keep sipping warm water, just warm water. Don't add anything in that. Okay. Cool. Hey, Madhav, Weber, Vankar, Tushar, Vadnamani, morning. Hadik, good morning. Time changes everything. All you need is patience. Wow, sir. Hardik is like Atmaram Tukaram Bhede. He's giving us Suvichar this morning. Thanks, Hardik, for this. I just wish we all had so much patience, right? सब कुछ जल्दी चाहिए तो चाहिए. Hey, Rachna, Priti, Yogini, Keshav. Good to see you guys. Sunday morning, hustle is on, studying for becoming a chartered accountant. Right, Madhav, if it gets bad, then we'll take some tablet or something. Right now, I'm just happy with my chai, right? Hi, Tanisha, Durga. Okay, Devi is also there. Any questions, any doubts so far? Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. I think most of the concepts we are doing too much in depth and should be clear. We will complete our Chapter 3 in another 30 minutes. Then we will do a lot of case questions from Chapter 3, right? We will do a lot of questions from Chapter 3 today. And if time allows, I hope there will be some time, at least 30, 40 minutes or an hour to probably go and start chapter number 4. We'll do that, right? I don't want to just be here and do something that's not relevant. So we'll start with chapter 4. The better the syllabus, if syllabus is getting completed earlier, it's good, right? Do you want me to increase my volume? Avni, I'll do that. I'll try to speak louder, but इससे ज़्यादा loud नहीं हो पाएगा फिर तो गला ही बैठ जाएगा मेरा. I hope this is fine now. We were doing chapter number 3. We were doing generic strategies of Michael Porter. Okay, we were talking about what are the generic strategies that Michael Porter suggested if you want to get into probably a good strategy, a good business, how you can do that. Couple of things he told was either you can be a cost leader, either you can be a differentiator, or you can have a focus strategy as well, right? We were talking specifically about cost leadership, wherein we were talking about how do you reduce your cost to become a cost leader, right? And basically, when you look at the strategic analysis in terms of Michael Porter's generic strategies, you look at the screen, this table actually helps you understand what he was telling. He used to say that if you look at high cost of production versus low cost of production, and you want to see how wide and far you want to cover your markets, you answer these two questions and the answers will give you what kind of strategy you should apply for your business. If you want to cover a lot of people with a high cost of production, high value product, go for differentiation. You want to cover a lot of people with a low cost of production. That means the prices are low, the quality of the product is not so good. Probably it's a mediocre product. Then go for cost leadership. Or if they say you want to just focus on a very, very niche market, a very close group of customers, you should focus on focus strategy, right? You should focus on focus strategy. A Shruti question comes from Shruti. She says, what is concentrated marketing? Concentrated marketing is again just like focus strategy, Shruti, wherein you have to focus, you have to concentrate your efforts on a certain set of people. That's called concentrated marketing. Okay. Now, Gucci, Prada, and all these big luxury brands are not advertising for you and me, right? Hopefully, in the future, you'll be rich enough or affluent enough to buy those products, right? But right now, it's not for students, apparently. Okay. Gucci does not say कि अरे स्कूल जा रहे हो स्कूल बैग Gucci का लेके जाओ, right? This is not what it advertises. It's not a concentrated marketing. Its concentrated marketing lies in high premium segment. It targets those people by probably roping in big brands or models or film stars. People will say, okay, Shah Rukh Khan wears a Gucci, so that's where the level is of this brand. So anybody who is affluent enough who wants to be in that elite group, they will go and buy. That's called concentrated marketing. You're concentrating on the focus market only and not doing a mass marketing like Zomato. Zomato does a freelance, everybody covered marketing, but Gucci doesn't. It's called concentrated marketing. Great. Good that I have questions. Others don't. That means I am doing a good job. So thank you so much. Cool. Let's go to where we left off in the last class. We were talking about cost leadership, right? We were talking about what does cost leadership actually do and mean. Okay. Cost leadership is a simple thing. Okay. Cost leadership, we talked about how to achieve standardization, lowering the cost, achieving economies of scale, optimum utilization of resources, resistance to differentiation till the time it becomes essential. Do not go for customization. If you go for customization, you go for personalization, you go for the specific customer needs, you're out. Then you cannot cut your cost. It becomes costly. The risks where people will start imitating your what the techniques you have for cost cutting. Number two, technological breakthroughs can come and just destroy your entire cost leadership strategy, right? When to do that? Number one, when the market is composed of many price sensitive buyers, when the buyers are price sensitive, they want lower prices, then you should be a cost leader because that is what the customer wants you to be. Second, when there are few ways to achieve product differentiation, that means certain cases where you cannot probably go and differentiate, be a cost leader to be a successful business, right? That's what that's what cost leadership three basic characteristics are. Okay. Now, advantages and disadvantages. Now, cost leadership has a lot of advantages, but it also has a lot of disadvantages. Let us first understand advantages of cost leadership strategy. Okay. Number one, with respect to rivalry, competitors are likely to avoid a price war because you are the cost leader. That means your cost is the lowest, and thus you can keep the prices also lowest. So your rivals will rarely want to get into a price war with you कि भाई इनसे कम price रख देते हैं, right? That will not happen because they know your cost is the least and you can charge the minimum price from the customer and they will always lose. That's one advantage. The second advantage in terms of buyers is powerful buyers and customers will not be able to exploit the cost leader firm and will continue to buy its products. Even if the customers are more powerful than you as a company, as a brand, that means they buy a lot of product from you, they buy a lot of stuff from you, which means your business is dependent on them. So the buyer is powerful. Still, they will not be able to exploit you because they know you have the best cost and you can give the best prices. So it's rare that they would want to have a difficult time working with you because you can give them really good prices. Okay, if you're a cost leader. Number three, suppliers. Cost leaders are able to absorb greater price increases from suppliers. Okay. Now, because your already cost is low, if your supplier increases the cost, that means your cost is going to go high. But because you're already the leader, you will have some difference between, let's say, the cost for producing a particular product for you is 10 rupees. The next best competitor in the market, the cost of producing for them is 13 rupees, assuming. So there's a 3 rupee gap between your cost and the next best company's cost. Now, supply increases the price by 1 rupee for everyone, okay? Or just for you for that matter. Let's say the supply increases 1 rupee for you. Your cost will now be 11 rupees. You will still be better than the next competitor whose cost is 13 rupees. So cost leaders are able to absorb greater price increases from suppliers before they need to raise prices for the customers. Now, if the supply increases the price by 5 rupees, then you will also have to increase the price, or you will have to change the supplier. But still, you will have some gap from the next best competitor to absorb that price increase or cost increase. Okay. Number four, for new entrants, low cost leaders create barriers to entry, right? The cost leaders generally create a barrier to entry for new companies because new companies will have to invest so much money on distribution, economies of scale, manufacturing plants. It's a capital intensive strategy. Okay. And that is where it creates a barrier for entry for new companies to come and fight a cost leader. That's one advantage as well. The final advantage with respect to substitutes is low-cost leaders are more likely to lower the cost to induce existing customers to do not sway away towards the substitutes. Now, if your substitute is coming into the market, you can always play on the prices, right? Because you are the cost leader. You can reduce the prices, and you know the customer is price sensitive. The customer is price sensitive. Taking a very good example of coffee and tea. Okay. If today coffee packets are for 2 rupees, one sachet, small sachet is for 2 rupees, right? If you take a tea bag, it's 50 paise. Now, people will say that even if we want to go for coffee, tea is more cost effective. Or let's say a shop, a small cafe, tea is for 20 rupees, coffee is for 120 rupees. Even if there is a substitute, you would see a lot of people would come and prefer tea because of the price difference between the substitutes. This is where the cost leader plays. They know the price can be less, we can lower the prices and thus beat the substitutes as well. Okay, great. Now let's go to disadvantages of cost leadership. Number one, cost advantage may not last long as competitors can imitate. No competitor is going to go and allow you to be a cost leader forever. They will continuously come and fight you. They will continuously come and challenge you. And you, as a business, have to ensure that you remain the leader this way or that way, right? So you have to maintain your cost leadership position at all times while people will keep attacking that position. And that is one big disadvantage. The second big disadvantage is cost leadership can succeed only if the firm can achieve higher sales volume. Unless you have volumes, you can never be cost leadership because economies of scale ही नहीं आएगा. If you're going to sell 10 cell phones in an year, you can never be a cost leader because you will still have to set up such a huge factory. You have to keep people, buy all the stuff, assemble all the stuff, market it, distribute it to every shop, to the person. Costs. You will have all costs, but if you do not have volumes, you're going to be a a bad business for you. Okay, it's going to be too intensive, and you might not survive as a business. So cost leadership can succeed only if only if the firm can achieve higher sales volume. Number three disadvantage is tend to keep cost leaders tend to keep their costs low by minimizing cost of advertising, market research, and R&D. But in this approach can prove to be expensive in the long run. A lot of cost leaders try to reduce their cost or lower the cost by not spending in innovation and research and development, right? R&D is a huge cost. Okay. Research is a huge cost, and a lot of companies says, listen, I have to reduce my cost. I don't want to spend a lot of money. I want to reduce the cost so that I can reduce the prices for the customer and I can acquire a bigger market share. That's a great strategy, but that means you will have to cut down a lot of expenses. Essentially, mostly generally, the expenses are cut by R&D, from innovation. People say, okay, innovation 2 साल बाद करेंगे. Let's just bring down our prices for now and let us capture the market. We'll do an innovation later. So in the long run, this might become a big problem because you are not innovating enough. You're not investing enough in innovation. And that can probably become one of the big problems for your companies. Okay. Number four disadvantage, the last one is technological, like we said. Technological advantage areas a great threat to cost leaders. Technology change हो गई, the entire strategy goes for a toss. That's cost leadership disadvantages. Any questions so far? Ask or otherwise give me a thumbs up so that I know we can go to the next one and you're alive and not sleeping. How the Michael Porter generic cost is affected? Santosh, not clear on the question. Can you just elaborate on the question? How the Michael Porter generic cost is affected? As in, what do you mean? I really did not get the question. For others, if you have understood, give me a thumbs up so that I can go to the next one. Super. Thanks, Par, Jay, Vadlavani, Rachna, Ruturaj, Keshav. Ruturaj says, I'm still alive. Very good, Ruturaj. You have to be alive. Porter should have explained the generic strategies and market structure of each company and each industry, right, to remove the doubts. Srinivasan, there are 10,000 industries and more than 50 market structures. Michael Porter would take 13 births to do that. He had to create a small table. There is something that in management, it's very famous. I will always say you have to keep this when you write your exams as well. The concept is called KISS. Okay. Anybody knows what does this mean? In answer writing techniques, in explaining a concept, when you're explaining a concept to anybody or when you're writing your answers, you should follow KISS. Do you know what does KISS mean? Anybody knows? Ever heard of this? When you're explaining something to anybody or writing answers, you should follow KISS. You know what does this mean? Okay. Niveda says keep it short and sweet. Okay, that's right. Almost there. Nusrat says, are we supposed to kiss the question papers? Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you got to do. Okay. Niveda was almost there. It's called keep it simple, silly. Okay. It says keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay. Keep it simple, silly. That's the concept we follow. You got to make it as simple as possible. Right? Do not complicate for others to understand. Almost there, keep it short and sweet. You're just being nice, right? There are many versions. Chaitanya says keep it simple, stupid. That's also there. Okay. But the point is, the concept is you have to keep things simple. Keep it simple. Okay. That's what this means. Even when you're writing any answer for your examination or explaining anything to anybody, follow this. Let's go to the next one, which is differentiation. Any examples of differentiation that you have seen in any product, anything that you use on a daily basis, and you have seen an example of differentiation strategy there? Any product that you use in your daily life and just seen some example of differentiation that this is very different from other things that other competitors or other products are doing. Anything that you've seen differentiation there? Great, Ran. You should remember this. Rohan says bread. Okay, Rohan, what you'll have to explain that. It's interesting. You've seen differentiation in bread. Okay, how? Give us some more insights on that. Ruturaj says geophone. Okay, geophone could be one. Samsung folding phones, Colgate toothpaste and Gillette blade, Maggie ka taste. Okay, Blinkit last minute app. Okay, what else? Sensodyne is different from other toothpastes. Absolutely, that's a great example, Pooja. Mobile industry, Apple, good. A geophone is a keypad phone, but it works like a smartphone. Okay, that's a good one. More examples, but these are very good examples. Sensodyne, Apple, geophone. Somebody was saying Samsung folding phones, Colgate toothpaste, Gillette blade, Maggie, Blinkit, iPhones, pencils with seed in the product which we can plant it. That's right. That's right. Malvik, a great example. Now you have these pencils which are eco-friendly pencils which have seeds within the product, and you can just plant them once you have used the pencil, and then you have plants at home. Great differentiation technique. It's good. Dant Kanti is best than other toothpaste. Okay, Mamta, that's differentiation. Good. Advertisement of Dove soap. Okay. शिवम एंड कादम्बरी से टेस्ला किधर देखी है टेस्ला मैंने तो देखी नहीं सड़क पे टेस्ला इंडिया में डेली यूज में कौन सी टेस्ला देखी है आपने सैमसंग फोल्डेबल फोन्स ओके agreed all other phones have android and iphones have an ios okay Rudhanan says that agreed so you get the concept of differentiation okay you understand the concept of differentiation your mind can probably grasp that what is differentiation okay. This strategy is aimed at broad mass market. Okay. Just remember this differentiation is not just focused on a certain group. It's for a broad mass market and involves the creation of a product or service that is perceived by the customers as unique. Okay. The uniqueness can either be product design, can be brand image, can be features, can be technology, can be dealer network, can be customer service. Anything can be differentiation. It necessarily do not only have to be a feature. It can be design, it can be image, it can be feature, it can be technology, it can be the social impact like we were talking about pencils with seeds. It can be customer service, it can be dealer network, channels. Anything can be differentiation. Anything can be differentiation. It's not just about product features, anything can be part of differentiation. Okay. The risk associated with pursuing a differentiation strategy is just one big thing that your uniqueness may not be valued enough by the customers to justify the higher price. That's the biggest risk that differentiation has, right? कि भाई आपने तो बना दिया कि ये इतना कूल प्रोडक्ट हमने बना दिया इतनी कूल फीचर्स दे दिए द ब्रांड इमेज दे aesthetics on the packaging and you say the normal toothpaste is for 100 rupees my toothpaste this has charcoal this is designed very aesthetically organic packaging hai chemical free hai but the charge is 350 rupees basic toothpaste 100 rupees your toothpaste differentiated 350 rupees people might not just value it for 3.5x the normal toothpaste. They might say, okay, you have a lot of other features. You're selling it like a premium toothpaste, but I don't think I want to spend 350 rupees on a toothpaste, right? Had that been 150 rupees, I might still have taken the bet. But 350, majority of the people might not. So the biggest risk for differentiation is that the value that you feel the customers will feel for your product they might not the expectations meet नहीं होती हैं ज़्यादातर for a differentiation product to justify the higher prices customer might say I don't want this feature I don't there's no use of this feature क्या करूं मैं इसका for example sunroof in cars you have sunroofs right a lot of people want sunroof but a country like India doesn't even need a sunroof the temperatures are 40 plus there's so much dust outside. So sunroof is not something that should ideally sell in India. Okay. So most of the people have started realizing कि ठीक है for show off you might have a sunroof, but nobody bloody uses it. Sometimes customers feel that if the product is expensive, it must be good and they end up buying, but they are not repeat customers. This can also be considered as a niche for customers. No, no, Priya. They are differentiation is for the mass, as clear as that. Differentiation is only for the mass. If differentiation is for a small group of people, it's called focus differentiation, which we will study next. But differentiation, generic differentiation is for the masses. And even if people buy thinking it's expensive, it must be good, then they might not be repeat customers. They might just be trying to see what why are they charging 350 rupees for a toothpaste? Let me try once. That's it. Electric brush, that too is costly, but still people due to differentiation. I think so, yes, but still it's not penetrated to the general Indian. I have not seen anybody around me using an electric brush unless they are super rich. Who just said it's used for moon and see the moon and star. What is used for watching the moon? Toothpaste. Okay. When this happens, a cost leadership strategy will easily defeat a differentiation strategy. See what happens here. If this happens, when the customers are not valuing your product as super unique, what will happen is what will happen is the cost leadership strategy will win over differentiation. The cost leadership strategy will win over differentiation if people do not value your uniqueness as much as you value your uniqueness. Another risk of pursuing a differentiation strategy is that competitors may develop ways to copy the differentiation. भाई आपकी differentiation भी तो copy हो सकती है. That's a risk. That's a risk to your strategy that your differentiation can be copied as well. Simple. But how do you achieve differentiation then? How do you achieve differentiation then is six parts to it. Number one, offer the utility to customer and match products with their tastes and preferences. Understand the customer. Understand the customer and build features or things around a particular product, maybe marketing, maybe packaging, maybe pricing, maybe features based on the preferences and taste of the customer. Differentiate yourself after understanding the customer, not not your choice. Okay. Oh, got it, Puris. You're talking about sunroof, a moonroof. Very nice. Good joke. Okay. So what we're saying here is if you do differentiation based on your own taste rather than understanding the customer, you're gone. Okay, you're gone. Now tomorrow, let's say you have a shop in Jaipur and you're selling poha as breakfast. Okay. I'm just giving a random example. You sell poha for breakfast in Jaipur, good business. Now you say, yeah, how do I differentiate this? How do I differentiate this? Now you feel that let me introduce some versions of poha. Okay? This poha, that poha, अलग-अलग versions बनाए based on your taste. A tikha poha, a spicy poha, a sweet poha, whatever you have. 3, 4 varieties you open based on your taste. आपको पसंद है वो, आपने बना दिए जी 4 version. Customers come and say, nahi, we want to buy the basic one. That's famous, that's good. I don't want to try the new ones. I don't like spicy. I don't like sweet in the morning. I don't like spicy in the morning. I just want the basic one. Now, what you're doing here is you're differentiating, but you're not differentiating based on customers' needs and preference and taste. You're saying कि मुझे पसंद है मैं वो करता हूँ. The market doesn't work like that. You have to understand the customer. That's number one when you differentiate. Number two, elevate, improve performance of the product. Differentiation should not degrade the product, but it should take the product a level up. Differentiation should always take the product one level up and should not degrade the product. Here, packaging kharab kar do. Differentiation is our packaging is poor. That is not a differentiation. That's a problem with your business. Okay. Now you may say differentiation means doing something different. हमने थैला देना ही बंद कर दिया. We are not giving sweets in boxes. We are saying अपने घर से box लेके आओ, then we will give sweet. The performance, the environment around your product, the feeling around your product should not degrade. It should upgrade. Okay. Offer the high quality product service for buyer satisfaction. Quality should go up, service levels should go up when you're differentiating. Number four, rapid product innovation to keep with the dynamic environment. Keep innovating. Okay. Keep innovating to create a differentiation for your product. Innovation, R&D have no substitute. Taking steps for enhancing brand image and brand value, not just the product, not just anything. When you're doing differentiation, create a brand, enhance the brand image and brand value so that people are ready to pay higher prices. Differentiation का end goal है higher price justify करवाना. The end goal of differentiation is to justify the higher price. So you got to build, enhance the value of your brand as well. The number six piece to achieve differentiation is fixing product prices based on the unique features of the product and buying capacity of the customer. Bhaiya, buying capacity of the customer. Like we were taking that example, 350 ruपया, 350 rupees for a toothpaste. Wrong pricing. You need to know the buying capacity of the customer as well. I know my customers are spending 100 rupees today. They might spend 130. Let me take them one level up. 130 रुपए करते हैं. Then after 6 months, let me take another level up to 150. After 6 months, let me take them one level up to 180. Right? धीरे धीरे you increase the capacity of the customer. सीधे नहीं 350 रुपए दे दो, लेकिन निकलो यहाँ से. Right? So buying capacity of the customer based pricing and then combining it by selling a uniqueness to that product. See, I am going to sell you for 130, but this is an added new feature, a new thing. This is how we are different from your existing toothpaste. Pay us 130 rupees. Somebody might come and say, okay, let me try that. That's called differentiation. Okay. Poha in Jaipur is already a differentiation, I guess. Not necessarily. हर जगह ही मिलता है अब तो. It's no longer a differentiation. पहले सिर्फ इंदौर का फेमस था, उदयपुर, इंदौर. Now everybody is eating poha. Okay. Next one is the basis of differentiation. There are several bases for differentiation, right? But we will talk about three major areas where you can differentiate. Number one, product. Number two, pricing. Number three, organization. Three areas where you can differentiate yourself from the competitors are product, pricing, organization. Differentiation of the product. We know adding new features, design, look and feel, touch and feel. All of this is product differentiation. Something new in the features, camera better ho gaya, screen better ho gayi, the processor is better in the cell phone, right? Now you have these flasks where you have the temperature outside. It tells you what temperature of the liquid is inside. Innovation, product features, right? Cars with automatic control, then self-driven cars, and more safety, more airbags, better brake system. All of this is product differentiation. The second area of differentiation is pricing. Companies that differentiate based on product price can either determine to offer lower price or attempt to establish superiority through higher prices. Okay. Oppo, Vivo, these are classic examples of a different strategy we will talk about. But they started. Right now, today, they are doing the best cost provider strategy. However, these companies, you remember when Vivo, Oppo were just entering the Indian market, they were just playing on the prices. Koi feature, koi design. They were not roping in Amir Khan at that time, right? Oppo, Vivo were not getting into the product quality or the product features. They were just saying smartphones at 10,000 rupees, simple pricing. They were just cutting down everyone. They were differentiating themselves based on pricing. That's also a differentiation. That you cut down the prices so much that people get out. Jio क्या करता है? Azorte. Then you have Reliance Trends, right? DMart क्या करता है? DMart works on differentiating based on pricing. DMart is a differentiation strategy based on pricing. They are cutting down the prices. They're selling retail at wholesale prices. They're selling retail material at wholesale prices. That is their differentiation. They are playing on pricing as a differentiation strategy. Number third is organization. Differentiate your organization. Okay. Maximizing the power of brand, or using the specific advantages that an organization possesses, can be instrumental to a company's success. Build your brand image. The more powerful your brand is, the better organizational differentiation you will have, the better chances of you charging higher prices from the customer for your existing and new products are. Three areas where you can probably differentiate your business are product, pricing, and organization. Just like brew coffee sachets, first they introduced it and market 2 rupees. ये two brew sachets, now it's 2 rupees ka one brew coffee sachet. That's right. They started with pricing. They're doing pricing strategy. Can we say atta noodles at little higher prices than maida noodles is example of product differentiation? That's right. That is product differentiation. It's for the masses. It's for the masses, a differentiating of new feature, charging higher prices. It is differentiation, Suman. Great example. Avinash says nothing with transparent phone and lights. Oh, transparent phone, that one, what was that phone? I don't even remember the name. Backlights, white lights were there. What was that? Endless or something? There was this OnePlus wala phone, right? Which was transparent and there were LED lights at the back. Some name, I don't even remember the name. Nothing. I wrote nothing. Oh, Avinash wrote nothing. I did not figure out. There was nothing. You're right. The phone is called nothing. Such a cool marketing technique, right? You call your brand as nothing. It's eye catchy. It catches attention for the customer. And good marketing, but did not really do well in the market. Anyway, differentiation, advantages, disadvantages. Let's do that very quickly. For rivals, brand loyalty acts as a safeguard because when you do differentiation, people become loyal to your brand. Your competitors really find it difficult to get your customers to their brand because people like your brand already. You're differentiated already. So it's difficult to get customers for rivals. Buyers do not negotiate for a price as they're already getting special features. तो buyers ये नहीं आके आपको बोलते कि अरे पैसे कम करो. You can just say look at the features I'm giving, and the buyer is then stuck. हाँ features तो आप दे रहे हो. Yeah, I'll charge more prices as well. Number three, suppliers. Because differentiators charge a premium, suppliers also get a share of better money because differentiation is a higher price strategy. That margin also goes to the suppliers. So the suppliers also do not do zada choo choo, right? They are happy with the extra money, with the higher premium that they're earning on their products as well, along with the company. Entrants, new entrants. Innovative features are an expensive affair. Okay. It's difficult for new companies who are trying to enter the industry to imitate, to figure out something that they're differentiating. But most of the differentiation strategies fail because a new company brings something new. Most of the times that happens, that somebody new brings in something so fantastic that existing company का differentiation zero हो जाता है. So this is an advantage but also a disadvantage that new entrants can be really smart. Number five, substitutes. Substitutes products can't replace differentiated products, right? Because they already have a higher, better feature. उसका कोई substitute नहीं आएगा because it's a differentiated product. The generic products will have substitutes. Generic products will have substitutes. Differentiated products will not have. Coffee with ice cream, cold coffee with ice cream. Coffee can have tea as a substitute, generic products. Cold coffee with ice cream will generally not have a substitute. It will be based on taste and preference for sure, but cold coffee with ice cream is cold coffee with ice cream. Somebody might say, "Yeah, I want to eat Faluda kulfi." That's a different thing. That's not a substitute. That's another option. It's not a substitute because now you have differentiated coffee with a new version. So there's rarely a differentiated product will have some substitute. Generally, differentiated products will not have substitute. Okay. Prince, you got to take some medicine, man. And most of us are going through this. The season change and you will have a lot of fever and cough. Just take good care. Okay, disadvantages of differentiation strategy. Number one is in the long term, uniqueness is difficult to sustain. भैया महंगा affair है. अमीरों की game है differentiation. You got to keep your differentiation intact. So you got to blow up a lot of money. It is not cheap. Differentiation is not a cheap strategy, my friend. It takes away a lot of money. Number two, charging too high a price for differentiated features may cause the customer to switch off to alternatives. ज़्यादा महंगा कर दिया, 350 rupees का कर दिया, so people will say bye bye, right? So you got to price very carefully. Your differentiated product needs to be priced carefully because if the customer goes to another brand one time, it's very difficult to bring them back to your brand. एक बारी अगर कोई और ब्रांड यूज कर लिया, it is very difficult to bring that customer back. You would have felt that yourself as well. Classic example is pen. You all of us use pens, right? Making notes, and each one of us earlier had a previous favorite pen. Today we have a different favorite pen, and we don't want to go back to the previous brand any longer. Okay, maybe you would using an ad gel or some other Reynolds or some pen earlier, and maybe now you're using a different pen, a Uniball, maybe a Parker, maybe whatever. I'm just giving an example. Now, because you changed from a different brand to a different brand for any reason, going back to the previous brand for that brand to bring you back as a customer, it's really tough. एक दो साल तो नहीं होने वाला है, right? And the business does not have so much time. So you got to price carefully because if you lose the customer once, they're gone forever. iPad can be substituted with other tabs, right? It can be gulab jamun with ice cream, very good. Hemlata, people are suffering fever. Why are you burning them here? Gulab jamun with ice cream, they can't eat that right now. Z Lab differentiates on pricing by providing cheaper medicine. That's right. Pricing is their differentiation. That's a good one, Suman. Priyanka is using pentonic pens. Okay, very good. Thanks for telling, Priyanka. Use and throw pen. पूछा तो गुस्से में है, यूज करो फेंको इसको, ठीक है, और नहीं पढ़ना हमको, पेन लेगा फेंक दो, ठीक है, ओके प्रियंका, ओके पूछा, कूल. Let's go to the final strategy, which is focused strategy. Okay, it's called focused strategy. The third and the last one in Michael Porter's generic strategies, focused strategy. A successful focus strategy depends on industry segment that is sufficient size, has good growth potential, and is not crucial to the success of other major competitors. This means, this means when we say we are working on a focused group, on a small group of people, or a small group of customers, that does not mean कि वो group इतना छोटा हो that we do not have growth or sufficient size there. That small group should also have decent growth opportunities, decent size of business. इतना छोटा group भी ना हो that you cannot scale up. There should be an opportunity to scale up. That is one prerequisite of focus strategy. Okay. Sufficient size, has good growth potential, and is not crucial to the success of other major competitors. Number two, strategies such as market penetration offer substantial and market development offer substantial focusing advantages. We'll come to that. That's chapter 4 centric. इसको भी यहीं पे रखिएगा. I'll explain this when we go to chapter 4. It's interesting. Chapter 4 is my favorite chapter. Okay. Mid-size and large firms can effectively pursue focused-based strategies only in conjunction with differentiation or cost leadership-based strategies. Focus strategy can either be focused differentiation or it can be focused cost leadership. That's why you see the box here. There are two here and there is only one box below. Why is that? Because we're trying to explain you have differentiation, you have cost leadership, and then you have a focus strategy, right? Which can either be differentiation or which can either be cost leadership. It is either focused differentiation or it is focused cost leadership. Okay, two types within focus strategy: focused cost leadership or focused differentiation. Mid-size and large firms can effectively pursue focus-based strategies only in conjunction with differentiation or cost leadership-based strategies. All firms, in a sense, follow a differentiated strategy. All firms, in a sense, follow a differentiated strategy. Generally, focus strategies are focus differentiation. Focus cost leadership is a very, very rare strategy, right? Most of the differentiation, most of the focus strategy happens in focused differentiation. Because only one firm can differentiate itself with the lowest cost, the remaining firms in the industry must find other ways to differentiate their products. Very important. Because only one firm can differentiate itself with the lowest cost, the remaining firms will anyway have to go for differentiation. Cost leader to ek hi hoga. That is why the focus strategy, the cost leaders are less. Why? Because leader is only one. Everybody else will have to do differentiation. That's the reason. That's the reason. Santika is using XO pens. It's the trend. I've never even heard of these pens. I'll check it out. What type of strategies we have to follow for new entrants? Whatever strategies you have to follow for new entrants, we have done that. We'll do that. New entrants को क्या करना चाहिए? Differentiation करो, pricing पे करो, product features लाओ. Everybody has to do these strategies only. Every business either will be a cost leader, either will be a differentiation, either will be a focus strategy, or will be a best cost provider. What we'll do? Generic strategies यही चार हैं. You cannot go beyond that. Okay. Now, a focused cost leadership strategy requires competing based on the price to target a narrow market. A firm that follows this strategy does not necessarily charge the lowest price in the industry. Focused cost leadership does not necessarily charge the lowest price in the industry. Instead, it charges low prices relative to other firms that compete within the target market. Okay. Firms that compete based on price and target a narrow market follow a focused cost leadership strategy. Trick questions will come from here. Let me tell you. MFAC है ये. Focus strategies MFAC. Most frequently asked questions MFAC come from here. Focused cost leadership does not necessarily charge the lowest prices in the industry. That's a fact. Instead, they charge lower prices than others in the competing segment only. Puri industry mein nahi, only in the competing segment, which is strategic group mapping. In the strategic group mapping, competitors, they may charge lower prices as against them, but industry mein wo sabse saste nahi hote hain. Okay? Focus differentiation. Focus differentiation. Focus differentiation The focus differentiation strategy requires offering unique features, we understand that, right? To fulfill the demands of a narrow market. To fulfill the demands of a narrow market. Okay. Similar to focused low cost strategy, they're defined in different ways in different settings. Some focus their efforts on a particular sales channel, some selling over the internet only, some features, some on channels, some on pricing, same differentiation concepts, but for a focused market, only for a focused market, right? Example do. Example is golf equipments. Okay, golf equipments. Companies making golf equipments can either be focused cost leaders or can be focused differentiators. Either they will make those clubs and balls and the attire and the shoes and gloves and everything as a cost leader. Focused market hai. Not everybody is buying this, man. At least in India, very, very narrow market, but a growing market. Think from that perspective. We said focused has to be a growing market. The opportunity to scale should be there. More and more people are starting to play golf in India, right? But right now the market is still very narrow. It's not like everybody's playing golf, right? But the market is increasing very quickly. Now, the brands or the companies making golf equipments can either be focused cost leadership और कैन बी फोकस डिफरेंशिएशन की प्रीमियम क्लब्स वेरी हैंडमेड वुड से बना है हैंडल देन यू हैव शीशम की लकड़ी यू हैव दिस यू हैव रबर है यू हैव टेक्निक है R&D किया हुआ है that is focus differentiation. Or you can just be a focused cost leadership, say, boss, listen, we make golf equipments but we make it for you at the lowest prices, right? It's not a 2 lakh 3 lakh rupee club, it's just a 13 14,000 rupee club. Depends what kind of strategy you want to apply. Any questions so far? Or we can move to the next one, which is advantages and disadvantages. Advantages, you charge a premium price, and due to tremendous expertise in your area, it is difficult for rivals and new entrants to compete with you because you are already in a very focused market and you are the expert there. So it's difficult for them. The disadvantage is the firms lacking in distinctive competitiveness or competencies may not be able to pursue focus strategy. If you do not have something unique to offer to this narrow group of people, then your business is not going to fly. Due to limited demand of the products, because it's a narrow market, right? Costs can be high. You might want to be a cost leader, but for a narrow market, because the scale is not so much, economies of scales is very, very difficult. So costs are generally very high here in focused markets. That is why you charge higher prices as well. Number three, in the long run, the niche could disappear. Maybe in India tomorrow, in next 5 years, golf goes away. People are no longer interested. Something else comes. The trend changes because it's a narrow market. This market can shift to something else very quickly. टूथपेस्ट तो सबको करनी है पूरा जीवन भर. अभी तक तो कोई ऑल्टरनेटिव नहीं आया है. But something which is as a premium or a very niche as a golf equipment or people playing golf, these set of people might just shift to some other game. They say, let's say bowling or let's say some other sport, right? Archery में चलेगा ये लोग. पूरा ट्रेंड आया इंडिया में आर्चरी करने का. People move to archery instead of golf or tennis instead of golf. So this niche that you're focusing on, this narrow market you're changing, that market can fade away very quickly. That's a big disadvantage or risk with focus strategy as well. Before I go to the next one, any questions on this, or I'll just go to the next one, which is cost leadership. Just like Airtel and Jio doesn't down their prices if the sales goes down. That's right. Tata Nexon differentiates on having best safety features in the middle cost segment. Can we say yes, you can? Supercars or hypercars shall also come in the focus groups. Yes. Afghanistan has launched its own supercar in the market, and India is also planning to make one. Well, I had no clue. Afghanistan has made a supercar. That's interesting. Is it clear? Can we go to the next one? Give me a thumbs up, emoji, okay, hello, hi, bye, whatever you want to. माधव तो बिल्कुल कह रहे हैं हम तो ब्रश नहीं यूज करते, हम तो नीम के पत्ते, नीम स्टिक्स, दातुन यूज करते हैं. ठीक है माधव. वेरी गुड. What type of questions are asked in the examination? Aniruddha, just wait for 15 minutes. I will show you what kind of questions come in examination. Can I upload notes of the previous class? Today we complete chapter 3. Chapter 3 will be uploaded today. Baki all chapter 1 and 2 are already uploaded. Chapter 3 will be uploaded today. Super. Let's go to the best cost provider strategy. Now, थर्ड स्ट्रैटेजी आई कि भाई दुनिया की हर चीज इसमें डाल दो. This is what we will be looking at. At the center of all things sits best cost provider strategy. I'll give you one simple example is the today's Vivo, Oppo, or for that matter Samsung mid phones लेते हैं. Not even Oppo, Vivo. Let's take Samsung. See, Samsung mid range phones. Samsung की जो mid range phones हैं, which range from let's say 10,000 rupees, from 10,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees की जो mid range में इन्होंने लाके phones रख दिए हैं. The market they have, the range of phones they have between 10 to 25K. These are best cost provider strategy. Best cost provider strategy means best cost provider strategy means you give them every possible feature at an affordable price. सब कुछ भर के दे दो कस्टमर को at affordable price, and the customer is going to be your loyal forever. You have the best camera, touchscreen, processors, sensors, gaming consoles. You have the gaming capacity in those phones. You have OLED screens. You have bright colors. You have long-lasting battery. You have this. You have that. You have all latest Android updates. You have all everything in that phone, and the phone costs you 20,000 rupees. You'll be like, why should I buy a 50,000 rupee phone? My Samsung 20,000 does the same work as an iPhone 15 for 1,20,000 or 1,50,000. 10 गुना प्राइस है, काम सेम कर रहा है. चलो सैमसंग खरीदते हैं. बेस्ट कॉस्ट प्रोवाइडर स्ट्रेटेजी. Giving, offering every possible feature to the customer at an affordable price. This is where the Indian concept of value for money comes into the picture. Value for money comes into the picture. Let's say if there is a cinema hall, you go to watch a movie, and this cinema hall says, okay, boss, the ticket for your movie is 350 rupees. 350 rupees की ticket है. The ticket for a show is 350 rupees, but within this 350 rupees, what all is included? Your ticket show, the main ticket is included. You get two food items. Okay, you get two food items, you get one drink, you get two food items, one drink, and they also give you a hand sanitizer, they give you a pillow to keep at the back of your head, they give you some towels, they give you peripherals, ek do saman chote, they give you a gift like let's say a small pen as memento, thank you for coming to our cinema, all for 350 rupees. And there is another cinema which just gives ticket for 350 rupees. Okay, this just gives 350 rupees. किसके पास जाओगे? Where will you go? Absolutely. Madhav, we all want this cinema hall, right? Hypothetical. सपने की दुनिया, but ठीक है. Which cinema hall would you go? Majority of us would go to this one, right? Majority of us, like I see in the chat as well, they will give that offer. But my question is different. Think like a chartered accountant now. Okay. Think like somebody in finance now. Why would this cinema hall do all of this? Profits तो गिर जाएंगे. When you're giving so much to the customer, when you're giving so much to the customer for 350 rupees, the profits will fall, my friend. यहाँ तो प्रॉफिट डूब जाएगा पूरा. इनका तो पूरा प्रॉफिट डूब जाएगा. Why would somebody do this? Let's see who can answer. Why would somebody do this? Think from a monetary perspective. मेरे को अभी strategic answers नहीं चाहिए. I don't want strategic answers. I want monetary answer. As a financial consultant, tell me, why should a business do this? To get economies of scale, to create a habit, capture the market, target the attract customer, their sales volumes would be high. So that customer feels its value for money, right? You're almost there to the right answer. To work on full capacity, to have more customers, to capture the market, you're giving strategic answers, my friend. Profitability गिर जाएगी उसका क्या? You're giving me strategic answers, and that is right. You're absolutely right on the strategic answers. My question is very simple. From a profit and loss account perspective, when you look at the profit and loss account of this cinema versus that cinema, this cinema is only making 2% margin. Let's say they're making 2% margin. 2% मार्जिन कमाते हैं और ये लोग 20% मार्जिन कमा रहे हैं. Which company is better? अब बताओ. Now, from a strategy perspective, everybody is saying कि the first cinema will get economies of scale, more market share, more customers. Agreed. But now you look at the financials. This cinema will hall makes 2% margin. This cinema hall makes 20% margin. Which cinema hall would you invest your money in? To recover the fixed cost at least and bringing more customers into fold, okay? According to P&L, it's like advertisement expense, but still your margins are low. Profit तो आप कम ही कमा रहे हो ना. Expense है, I agree, but you're still making less profit. You are investing in the future. ठीक है रुतुराज. Please invest in the future, which nobody has seen. To attract customers, more sales value, full capacity, volume is higher in case 2, full capacity will be used. 20% margin, 20% margin, 20% margin is better. Okay. 20% margin company you would want to invest. Then why were you saying कि 2% margin वाली company fantastic strategy? It's a flop strategy. बकवास strategy है. When you as an investor do not even want to invest in this company, तो ये strategy अच्छी कैसे है? If as an investor, if as an investor, you feel that this is not a good margin, then why were you saying good strategy? Strategy तो बकवास है एकदम. They're not even making profits. What kind of a strategy is this? First cinema has less operating costs, so margins are high. I know this, sir. I know this. My question is, why is best cost provider a good strategy when financially this doesn't make sense? That's what I'm asking. To attract more customers, you're on the right line, but give me a financial thing for it. You're very close to that answer. I'm just trying to see if somebody has answered, and I do not want to miss that. Vaishali, almost close to the answer. Priyanka says, in the long run, cinema hall with other amenities gets higher profit. How? You're right, but how? An investor perspective, 20% is better, but from a customer perspective, right? More is the first one is better. We'll have more market base. You guys are right. You guys are reaching the answer. I just want you to reach there. For customers, POV it's good. From investor, it's a bad strategy. Less price, more customers, customer acquisition cost, profit per unit into number of units. There you go. Rishabh almost there, 99% there. Increase number of customers, Devendra, right. Now you guys are becoming financial consultants. Now you guys are becoming financial consultants. Number देख लेते हैं ना. Number देख लेते हैं. 350 rupees for a ticket, making 20% margin. कितने रुपए कमा रहा है? 70 rupees. 70 rupees per ticket कमा रहे हैं. 70 rupees per ticket. Very good. 350. 350 rupees for a ticket. Best cost provider, making 2%. 2% कमा रहे हैं. That means 7 rupees per ticket कमा रहे हैं सिर्फ. ठीक है. Assuming how these are hypothetical numbers, right? The margins are also hypothetical, so I will make it more inclined to the second one, but I'm just giving you a concept how to analyze things, even a strategy. Let's say they sell 1000 tickets in a month. Let's say they sell 1000 tickets in a month. ठीक है जी, 1000 tickets बेचते हैं तो ये 70,000 रुपीज कमाते हैं. प्रॉफिट 70,000 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट है. 70,000 प्रॉफिट कमाने के लिए हाउ मेनी टिकट्स विल दे हैव टू सेल? 10,000. 10,000 tickets. If they sell 10,000 tickets with this best cost provider strategy, 10,000 tickets they sell with this cost provider strategy, with best cost provider strategy, they will also make 70K. They will also make 70K. Okay. But this is where magic happens. What you will now see is how the world of valuation works. How the world of valuation works. When somebody who is investing in either of these two companies, they say, ठीक है, this also makes 70,000, this also makes 70,000, ये भी 70,000 कमाते हैं, ये भी 70,000 कमाते हैं, किसमें इन्वेस्ट करूं? Then they go to look at brand value. They go to look at brand value. Brand value of this brand will be higher because customers like this brand more. सस्ता मिल रहा है ना, बहुत कुछ मिल रहा है, वैल्यू फॉर मनी मिल रही है. Customers will value this brand really, really well in the market rather than this brand. They will say it's too expensive. It's too expensive, and we probably feel that it's not worth it. But we do not have a choice. But now this brand is giving you a choice. This brand now is giving you a choice, and the customers will value your brand. This is where brand valuation comes and pulls up your valuation, even if your numbers are lower. But in the long term, as more customers shift from these 1000 people, now these 10,000 people will go and do mouth publicity ki अरे बहुत बढ़िया 350 में we got this ticket also, food also, sanitizers, pen भी दिया, head अपने पीछे pillow rest भी दिया, सब कुछ दिया. They give us everything for 350 rupees. It's fantastic experience. More people come here. Free mouth publicity, free advertisement, right? Like somebody was saying, free hoga sab kuch. Free in terms of they're paying for it. Already they have lower margins, but the mouth publicity will happen a lot. For them, nobody's gonna go and say, अरे जा 350 की मूवी देख के आए. Everybody says too costly. बस जाना था, मन था तो चले गए. But we did not want to go, but because we just wanted to, we had to pay 350 rupees, right? But here people will say, "Arey, go for 350. They will give you so much, you will feel it's worth it spending 350 rupees." The difference. That is best cost provider strategy, my friend. Best cost provider strategy in simplest terms. Offering products at a lower price than what is being offered by rivals or with comparable features. You can be a best cost provider two ways. Either you give exactly the same features at a lower price, or at the same price you give much higher, better features, what we were talking about right now. The price of the ticket is same, 350 rupees, but you're giving more features. That's one way of best cost provider. The second way of best cost provider is you offer more products or you offer lower price for the same features. या तो आप टिकट कर दो 150 रुपए की. Either you do your ticket at of 150 rupees against a 350 rupees rival. You do it for 150. Or you say, no, I will also charge 350 rupees, but I will give more services and more features to my product. Either of the two, the customers are going to feel nice. The customers are going to feel that, boss, this is value for money. That is best cost provider strategy. ठीक है जी? And that is the end of your chapter number 3. That is the end of chapter number 3. Mother says, आप क्या कहना चाहते हो? Which strategy is better? Depends. If that 350 rupees 2% margin is not getting customers, then then the other company is better. Then the other strategy is better. If you're not able to attract enough customers, just like cost leadership, right? Volume चाहिए. When you're a best cost provider strategy or a cost leadership, you need volumes. If you have volumes, you are a winner business. But if you do not have volumes and you're trying to be a cost leader or a best cost provider, big time failure. Cool. A lot of people were saying हमको बता दो एग्जाम में क्वेश्चंस कैसे आते हैं. ठीक है जी, बता देते हैं एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन कैसे आते हैं. Now we're going to now we're going to chapter number 3, study material questions. Okay, study material questions on your screen, and we will solve these right now because concepts आ गए हैं हमें. We know the concepts, we know everything, but let us solve some questions. We will do these MCQs first, the multiple choice questions we'll do, then we will take a break, we will come back, we will do scenario based questions, right? And then if time permits, we will start with chapter number 4. Okay, we are going to do these 10 MCQs very quickly, and then we will take a break, and then we will do case scenario based, and then we will do chapter number 4 if time permits. गुंजन भी बुखार में है. Everybody is under the weather, so but keep taking care. अभी एक हफ्ता nobody can escape this. It's there, so it's there. All right, so let's start with the first question. Focus on the questions on the screen. Answers पहले ही आ गए. ठीक है जनता, थोड़ा शांति. थोड़ी सी शांति पे चलेंगे. We'll let others also answer. The first question is on your screen. Let's solve that. The goal of SWOT analysis is to dash the organization's opportunities and strengths while dash its threats and dash its weaknesses. Fill in the blanks. Majority Janta says B, exploit the opportunities and strengths while neutralize its threats and correcting its weaknesses. Are you sure? Can't it be D? You should exploit the opportunity, you should avoid the threats, and you should ignore your weaknesses. Devendra, we are doing that right now. even now I am doing that. Okay. And at the end of the day, the onus of doing questions and answers is on you, my friend. You have to give examinations, not me. So it should be your call to do a lot of questions and answers, not my responsibility to do a lot of questions and answers. चल जाएगा ब्रो ऋषभ, इग्नोर करने से बहुत कुछ चल जाएगा. But the correct answer, you're right, is option number B. That's right. Exploit, neutralize, and correcting. You got to exploit your opportunities and threats. You got to neutralize the threats and you got to correct your weaknesses. That's right. Let's go to question number 2. Option B is right. You're right. I was just trying to trick you. Question 2 on your screens. SWOT analysis is an evaluation of the organization's what? Strengths and weaknesses and dash of opportunities and threats. ये बहुत सिंपल है. In question 1, why not D? Because you can't avoid threats and you cannot ignore your weaknesses. तो आप पक्का as a business you will not succeed. Because if you're avoiding threats, that doesn't mean the threats will go away. You're just avoiding them. They will come back anyway. If you're ignoring your weaknesses, that doesn't mean you become stronger. That means the weaknesses will still prevail. You got to correct them. If you are not getting good marks in audit, if you start ignoring audit को ignore कर दिया, तो ऐसे थोड़ी ना पास हो जाओगे. हमने ऑडिट हमारी वीकनेस है, हमने ऑडिट को इग्नोर कर दिया, पास हो जाओगे क्या? The correct option here is strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and threats are external. Option D for question number 2. Super. Question number 3 on the screen. External opportunities and threats are usually what? The minor cause of organizational demise or success, least important for CEO and the board of directors, not as important as internal strengths and weaknesses, or largely uncontrollable activities outside the organization. Question 3, which is the right option? I see option D again for most of the people. Let's see. Majority Janta goes with D. The correct answer is also option D. That is right. Largely uncontrollable activities outside the organization. Question 4 on your screen. The sustainability of competitive advantage and a firm's ability to earn profits from its competitive advantage depends upon what? ये पढ़ा था, कल ही पढ़ा है. We studied this yesterday. All the keywords are the same. How the option will be different for question 4? I'll let you know. The options are not same, my friend. ममता ध्यान से पढ़ो, ध्यान से पढ़ो. This has imitability, this has imitability. यहाँ imitability, यहाँ कहाँ है imitability बताओ? यहाँ approximately है. यहाँ अप्रोक्सीमेटली, यहाँ अप्रोप्रिएबिलिटी है। यहाँ तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली नहीं है, यहाँ पे अप्रोक्सीमेटली है. So all keywords are not same. You have to be careful when you're reading the question. We have studied this: appropriability, durability, transferability, imitability. These are four ways to have a sustainable competitive advantage. When will your competitive advantage be sustainable? When it is appropriable, when it is durable, when it is transferable, and when it is imitable. मुश्किल है ये सब करना. ड्यूरेबल है बट इमिटेबिलिटी मुश्किल है, ट्रांसफरेबिलिटी मुश्किल है, अप्रोप्रिएशन होना चाहिए. दैट इज व्हेन योर कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज इज सस्टेनेबल. Fifth question on your screen: internal dash are activities in an organization that are performed especially well. बताइए. Internal dash are those activities in an organization that are performed especially well. जो आप अच्छे से करते हो. As a business, as an organization, what you are good at. What are those called? Internal what? Things that you do really well as a business are your what? Majority Janta says question 5 strength, and that's right. That's right. Option C. Question number 6 on your screen: strategic group mapping helps in what? Strategic group mapping helps in what? Identifying the strongest rivals, identifying the weakest rivals, identifying both the weakest and the strongest rivals, or it's not supposed to do any of these. Question 5 is strength, because activities that in an organization that are performed especially well are your strengths. If you're good at doing something, that is your strength. Simple. Majority of you say question 6, option C, and that is right. Identifying weakest and strongest rival companies. Let's go to question 7 quickly. Question 7 on your screen: Michael Porter's generic strategy dash emphasizes producing standardized products at a very low per unit cost of consumers who are price sensitive. अभी पढ़ा है, अभी पढ़ा है, एकदम अभी. Which strategy are we talking about here from Michael Porter's generic strategies? Majority people say cost leadership. That is right. Cheap leadership तो हमने पढ़ी ही नहीं कहीं पे. Cost leadership. Okay. That is cost leadership, producing standardized products at low per unit cost for consumers who are price sensitive. It's called cost leadership strategy. Question 8 on your screens. Differentiation strategy can be achieved by following measures. बताइए. Match products with tastes and preferences of customers, elevate the performance of the product, rapid product innovation. Which of the above is true? Differentiation strategy can be achieved by doing which of the following? Find the correct options. Match products with tastes and preferences of customer, elevate the performance of the product, or rapid product innovation. बता दो आज हमें। क्वेश्चन 8, हिलते डुलते आंसर्स आ रहे हैं, A B C D D D D D B B B C C, ओके। जनता इज इन अ कंफ्यूजन। B B C A, ओके, वेरी नाइस। ऑप्शन बी, ऑप्शन डी। द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी। You got to do all the three. You got to match the preferences. You got to elevate the performance of the product, and you also need to rapidly focus on innovation. D, 1, 2, and 3. Correct answer is option D. You got to do all the three. अभी ही पढ़ा है. We just studied this. दिखाऊं? ये देखो. Elevate, offer high quality, rapid product innovation, achieving differentiation strategy. बुक में लिखा हुआ है. Elevate, high quality, rapid innovation based on taste and preferences. ये लो, यहीं पे बुक में ही लिखा हुआ है. तीनों होते हैं. Question number 9 on your screen. What are the three different bases given by Michael Porter's generic strategies to gain competitive advantage? इतना सिंपल पूछ लिया. Elevate means to uplift, to take one level up. Elevate, उठाना ऊपर. Question 9 is the simplest question on planet Earth. इससे simple question life में नहीं आएगा दोस्त. I'm not going to spend more time here. You know the answer. It's D, cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. Finally, the last question, last MCQ question. A firm successfully implementing a differentiation strategy would expect what, or which of the following, मैं what और which बोल रहा था, mix हो गया. A firm successfully implementing a differentiation strategy would expect what? Customers to be sensitive to price increase, to charge premium prices, customers to perceive the product as standard, or to automatically have high levels of power over suppliers. To charge premium prices, the customers perceive product as standard. A firm successfully implementing a differentiation strategy would expect customers to be sensitive to price increase, to charge premium price, customers to perceive the product as standard, or to automatically have high levels of power over suppliers. The correct answer for question 10. The correct answer for question 10 is option B. If a differentiation strategy, customers are sensitive to price, that means they are not going to pay you higher prices. They're sensitive to price increases. They will not pay a higher price. So this is not what a differentiation strategy wants. Customers to perceive the product as standard. Standard means basic. High level नहीं, वो कह रहे normal general भी तो है. But differentiation strategy wants the product to feel premium, not standard. So this is also out. Option D, to automatically have high levels of power of the suppliers. Automatically नहीं आएगा दोस्त, over a period of time आएगा. डिफरेंशिएशन किया है आपने, राइट? तो सप्लायर ऑटोमेटिकली हाई लेवल ऑफ पावर नहीं आएगा आपके पास, वो सिर्फ प्राइसिंग के दम पे आएगा. और दैट इज द नंबर वन expectation of differentiation strategy is we will charge higher price for our differentiated product. That's the sole expectation. 10 क्वेश्चन का ऑप्शन बी इज द राइट आंसर. प्रियंका जस्ट एक्सप्लेन इन हिंदी कि भाई कस्टमर अगर प्राइस सेंसिटिव है तो प्राइस इंक्रीज पे वो खरीदेगा ही नहीं. कस्टमर आपके प्रोडक्ट को स्टैंडर्ड परसीव करता है, दैट मीन्स वो कहते हैं तो लो क्वालिटी, जनरल क्वालिटी है, पैसे क्यों भरूं ज्यादा। टू ऑटोमेटिकली हैव हाई लेवल्स ऑफ पावर, ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं, समय के साथ आएगा। The correct answer is when you do a differentiation strategy, you as a business expect to charge higher prices for your product because you say, boss, this is my differentiated product. I'm doing things differently. I want to charge a higher price. With that, it's 8:30. Let's quickly take a 10-minute break. Let's come back and do more scenario based questions. It's important. It's a long chapter and you need to revise the concepts with this, right? The questions are going to help you revise the entire chapter. That's why we are doing this. You come back after 10 minutes right here, and then we start with scenario based questions. Be back very quickly. All right, everyone, we are back. I'll just wait for another 1 minute for you to join back, and then we start with scenario-based questions. If you're back, give me a thumbs up. Hi, hello. Hey, thanks, Kadambari. Kadambari's too excited. Says, "Let's go, let's go." Give me 1 minute. Then we'll go. Great. I see Parth, Neha, Ramadevi, Navanya is there. Vadlamani is there. Niveda, Ruturaj. Okay, Basavaraju is there. Jay has joined in. Rachna has joined in. Madhav. Cool. Let's just give our friends another 15-20 seconds. I don't want them to rush with their cup of tea. गिर जाएगा. Okay. Today is India's match as well, right? Today is India versus South Africa. From 2 o'clock, yeah? It's from 2 o'clock. India versus South Africa. वैसे तो जीता हुआ मैच ही है. There's no sense whoever wins or lose, both of them are in semi-finals. So awesome. Kandamri, you guys make my Sunday super cool by being so active in the morning. Okay, let's get to our scenario-based questions. Thanks, Hemlata, for joining back. Hey, Gaurav, Ankur, Komal, Astha, Priyanka. Cool. Let's go to the first scenario-based question. And here is the question for you. Read the question very carefully and answer. And I hope you guys are doing this as a practice and not referring your study material, because there will be an answer. I would just request, don't do that. Not good for you. Practice here, make errors here, get all your questions answered here, and then you can probably go back and revise. Rohit Sodi runs a charitable organization for promotion of sports in the country. His organization conducts regular free training camps for youths interested in playing cricket, football, hockey, badminton, and so on. Many of his trainees have reached national level contests. Rohit noticed that with success of IPL, which is a cricket tournament, there is an increasing trend to extend similar format in other sports as well. He wishes to know how the development is going to help sports and to which industries it will offer opportunities and threats. The question is simple. They're asking you to do a SWOT analysis. They're asking you to do a simple open-ended SWOT analysis. Okay. Do a SWOT analysis and tell which all are opportunities and what are the threats for this thing that he wants to do. Rohit Sodi wants to do this. What are the opportunities and threats that you like perceive or you see with his idea that let's go and do something similar like IPL and other sports? Srinivasan, case studies are integrated case studies. So I would really want to do case studies after we complete the syllabus, right? Because those will have questions from chapter 4 and 5 also. So I will do that for sure. Be assured. I will make sure we do a lot of case scenarios as well. Even if I have to make myself, even if they're not in somewhere in any booklet, I will build case scenarios myself for you guys and we will practice. That's a promise from my side. So we'll do that. But I would really suggest we do that after we complete the syllabus, because those are integrated case scenarios and it's better if we do after we complete the syllabus. Okay. Right now, the question is on your screen. Do a simple SWOT analysis, right? What are the opportunities and what are the threats to this idea? Simple है, कुछ भी नहीं है. Threats क्या है और opportunities क्या है? बस इतना लिख. You should just write 3 or 4 opportunities, 2 or 3 or 4 threats. As simple as that. Okay, Rutulat says opportunities are people in India like sport like kabaddi, which will be appreciated. Okay. Revenue generation opportunities batao. How he wishes to know how the development is going to help sports opportunity and to which industries it will offer opportunities and threats. आप क्वेश्चन समझे हैं वो क्या पूछ रहे हैं? To which industries will it offer opportunities and threats? दे आर आस्किंग कि ये आइडिया से कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज में अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्रिएट होंगी और कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज में थ्रेट्स होंगे. You just have to mention those opportunities and which industries it's going to create opportunities and which industry it's going to create a threat. Simple है. Opportunities for players, they reach national level contest. Threat for all games are less popular than cricket. Hmm. The question is simple, my friend. The question is, if we start doing something similar like IPL for other sports, which industries will have opportunities created for them? Which industries will have threats created for them? Simple sa question hai. If something like IPL starts happening in football, hockey, badminton, so on and so forth, right? Which industries will have opportunities created for them? Which industries will have threats created for them? How do we write these answers, Rachna? We'll just show you what ICAI, the institute, expects you to write an answer. कैसे लिखना है वो भी पढ़ेंगे, but just write down your thoughts first. Thoughts. Let's get our thoughts together and then we learn how to write an answer. I see some good answers. Okay. SWOT analysis opportunities for sports equipment industry will benefit great. Stadiums, OTT platforms will stream. Fantasy sport industries will boom. Food and beverages, Zomato, etc. Fantastic. Opportunities like sport equipments making industry. Threat for other games. Cricket is an opportunity. No, Mamta, you're not getting the question. The question is which industries will have opportunities created for them and which industries will have threats created for them. Opportunities for youth sports, sports association, threats are competitors, coaching centers. कौन से coaching centers? So you're saying people will get into sports तो studies कम हो जाएंगी. अच्छा, okay. That's an interesting thought. टीवी चैनल्स के लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी है, ऑनलाइन गेमिंग के लिए थ्रेट है, थ्रेट्स फॉर एग्जिस्टिंग लाइक बीसीसीआई के लिए थ्रेट है. ओके. Opportunities for sports equipment making industry, that's right. National level contest, event management के लिए opportunity है, right? Let's go and see how they want you to write an answer. With the success of IPL, league matches are taking place in other sports as well. They These are held in grandeur manner between several teams. For example, league matches magnificent manner now take place in football, kabaddi, hockey in India. Question से ही start करते हैं answer. You always start your answer. You always start your answer with the statements given in the question. The question says, his organization conducts regular free training camps for you. Da, 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 da. There is an increasing trend similar in other sports, right? Then what they're saying is in all these sports they're giving some the youths are interested in these sports. A similar format ho raha hai. There is an increasing trend. You just put those statements in your answer as well when you start writing an answer. Leagues matches mentioned may now take place in football. These events are profitable and entertainment driven. These are going to help sports in India by generating interest in sports, making them popular, increasing quality of competition, and bringing money into sports. Simple introduction from the question itself, in your words. Question said, more interest of youth in other sports. Opportunity lies in creating an event around that. That's what they also have written in the first paragraph. Start with what the question says, okay, in your language. Number 2, Number two, you start sharing your thoughts with the examiner. You say, a number of entities, processes are involved in all these events from various industries, offering opportunities and threats to them. An opportunity is a favorable condition. On the other hand, threat is an unfavorable condition that causes risk. Okay. Opportunities will be created for stadia. That means stadiums. The plural for stadium is stadia. Okay. So it will create opportunities for a lot of stadiums. वहां पे events होंगे. People will play football, tennis, swimming, hockey. The stadiums will have an opportunity that they will be used for more sports. Manufacturers of sporting goods will have opportunities. Media industry, sports channels, OTTs, television, advertisers will have a lot of more opportunities. Hotel industries linking events with their offerings will have a lot of opportunities. There will be a lot of sports tourism in the country. If you're having a match with Korea and Australia playing a match in India, people from Korea and Australia will travel to India because there are fans who do that. So hotel industry, tourism will increase, right? The threats are entertainment industry engaged in TV serials, cinema theaters, entertainment theme parks, as competitors will be fighting for the same viewers and target customers. If somehow you have a kabaddi league which becomes extremely famous, now people are not going to watch Kapil Sharma show. People are not going to watch Big Boss. People are going to watch that event, right? So most of the movies do not release during वर्ल्ड कप सीजन. अगर फ्राइडे को इंडिया का मैच है और एक मूवी इज गेटिंग रिलीज्ड ऑन अ फ्राइडे, chances are that movie will not be a successful movie on that Friday because people will spend their time watching cricket. Same thing, that's a threat to entertainment industry, that if an event becomes successful, then their TV serials, their movies will be watched less. Number two threat is event management organizations engaged in non-sports events might see this as a threat. Event management organizations engaged in non-sports events, उनके लिए threat आ जाएगा, right? You understand this? That is how you write an answer. This is what the question was. Great question. These kind of questions will come in the examination, my friend. That is why we are doing this. It's okay to be wrong here. No problem. Exam में तो ठीक हो जाएगा ना. Let's go to the second question, and I hope now you get how to write answers. Let's see if you can answer this one in the same format. Mr. Banerjee is the head of marketing department of a manufacturing company. His company is in direct competition with 13 companies at national level. He wishes to study the market positions of rival companies by grouping them into like positions. Name the tool that may be used by Mr. Banerjee. Explain the procedure that may be used to implement the technique. Great question. Easy, but great question to test. Okay. I see a lot of answers: opportunity, television shows, opportunity, threats, opportunities for this. That's good. Let's get to second question. Name the tool that Mr. Banerjee can use and the procedure to implement this tool or technique. Correct. Prajakta, Hemlata, Niveda, the answers are right. But I need answer for the second part of the question as well. Name the tool. You guys have named the tool. Explain the procedure that may be used to implement this tool. Strategic group mapping. Most of you have figured it out that it's strategic group mapping, right? Majority Janta says strategic group mapping, which is the right answer. Strategic group mapping is the tool's name. Okay, Srinivasan says he should group according to strategic group mapping and group according to segments. Find the strongest and weakest competitor, make a proper pricing, make a competitor arrange from high to low level. Ramadevi, you're almost there. Cool. Rita Raj's answers are right. Procedure, he can choose any of the measures like profit, sales, or profit, or coverage. That's right. That's right. Let's see the answer. Most of you have given the answer, but let's see what ICAI expects you to answer and how they expect you to answer this question. A tool to study the market position of rival companies by grouping them into like positions is called strategic group mapping. Grouping customers or grouping competitors is useful when there are many competitors such that is not practical to examine each one in depth. In the given scenario, there are 13 competitors. A strategic group consists of those rival firms which have similar competitive approaches and positions in the market. The procedure for constructing a strategic group map and deciding which firm belongs in which strategic group is as follows. Identify the characteristics that differentiate the firm in the industry. Typical variables being pricing, geographical coverage, degree of vertical integration, use of distribution channels, or degree of services offered, right? It can be variety based, it can be quality based, it can be the range of product based, it can be pricing based. Like Ramadev was telling you, decide on the two factors that you want to analyze your competitors on. Number one is identify the competitive characteristics that you want to identify or you want to group your competitors on. Step number one. Step number two, plot the firms on a two variable map using pairs of these differentiated characteristics. You remember more variety, higher price, junk, and healthy, whatever the use. Plot these firms on a two variable map based on these characteristics that you just decided or identified for your analysis. Number three, assign firms that fall in about the same strategy space to the same strategic group. Okay. Identify who match with you, your real competitors. Draw circles around each strategic group, making the circle proportional to the size of the group's respective share of the total industry sales revenue. Right? Size ke hisab se tha, which company is the biggest, which company is the smallest. You build your circles around it, gives the size of the company based on two variables, and then you figure out these are my real competitors out of the 13 companies that Banerjee is analyzing. Who are the real competitors? That's a step by step strategic group mapping answer. This is how you write an answer for your examination. Simple है, short है, 2 paragraphs only, but gives us what we want. But gives us what we want. That is why I keep telling you study material padna dost. PPTs are good for revision. PPTs are good for understanding a concept. Application of the concept will come from these questions. Question number 3 on your screen. Mohan has joined as the new CEO of XYZ Corporation and aims to make it a dominant technology company in the next 5 years. He aims to develop competencies for managers for achieving better performance and a competitive advantage for XYZ Corporation. Mohan is well aware of the importance of resources and capabilities in generating competitive advantage. Discuss the 4 major characteristics of resource and capabilities required by XYZ Corporation to sustain the competitive advantage and its ability to earn profits from it. Very simple question asked in a tricky way. That's right. Ramadevi, Priyanka, Kadambari, the answers have been given. Gaurav, how much marks the question is? The question is for 100 marks. Marks में क्या रखा है दोस्त? Question समझो पहले. If you're going to study based on marks, कितने का, if I say this is a 2 mark question and if I say this is a 10 mark question, how will it differ? It will only differ. This is short question. So anyway, the answer has to be short. These are scenario based short questions, not descriptive questions. There are descriptive questions also, which are like 5 marks. These will be more like 2 marks. These will be more like 5 mark, 2 and 5 mix, depending on the size of the question or the difficulty of the question. Most of you have given the answer right. Durability, transferability, imitability, and appropriability. That's the right answer. The characteristics to make your competitive advantage sustainable are as simple as XYZ Corporation is aiming to transform into a dominant technology company under the leadership of Mohan, the new CEO. He aims to develop da 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 da. Mohan is also well aware of the importance of resource and capability in generating sustaining competitive advantage. Lines from the question. Writing the answer is an art, and you are just learning that art right now. First 2 to 3 lines straight from the question in your language. Therefore, he must focus on characteristics of resource and capabilities of the corporation. The sustainability of competitive advantage of the firm and to earn profits depends to the great extent upon 4 characteristics of resource and capabilities, which are as follows: durability, transferability, imitability, and appropriability. Okay. Durability, transferability, imitability, and appropriability. These are the 4 characteristics on which the sustainability of a competitive advantage is takeofied. But you know how to write an answer. Bullets, my friend. Opening para comes from the question itself. Then you have bullets, 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 bullets. Bullets are going to give you 1 extra mark, I'm telling you. Examiners, including me, love bullets. We love bullets. Bullet मतलब आपको काम आता है. Simple है. Question number 5 or question number 4 on your screens now. Okay. I will not read this. You read it yourself and answer. Question number 4. Try to answer this like you're writing an answer for the examination. Take 5 minutes. We're not in a hurry. We are not in any rush. Write down your answer. Write down your answer like you would write your answer in the examination. Practice it. You got to practice it. Write down the answer like you would write it in the examination. Differentiation product as premium charges. Somebody says focused. Read the question carefully. Answer it like you're answering for the examination. यही तो प्रैक्टिस है भाई. कब करोगे? The practice you do now is going to help you in the examination, as simple as that. Airline industry in India is highly competitive with several players. Businesses face severe competition and aggressive market themselves with each other. Luxury Jet is a private Delhi-based company with a fleet size of 9 small aircrafts with seating capacity ranging between 6 seats to 9 seats. These aircrafts are chartered by big business houses and high net worth individuals for their personalized use. With customized tourism packages, the aircrafts are also often hired by foreigners. Identify and explain the Michael Porter's generic strategy, followed by luxury jet. Very good, interesting, paisa related question. What do you think? What I see the answers right now, most of the people are saying focused or differentiation. But let me tell you, the right answer is focused differentiation here. It's focused differentiation. You know how? How do I know it's focused differentiation? We got to know it's a focused thing. ठीक है? Premium लोगों के लिए, only for the rich, right? Only for the rich. And how do I know it's differentiated? Customized tourism packages. This is their differentiation. This is their differentiation. Hand पे customization कर रहे हैं. Cost leader नहीं है. It's not a focused cost leader. It's a focused differentiator, giving you highly customized packages, right? I see good answers, long answers. That is what I wanted you to write. Practice it. So this is big houses using private jets. Okay, but okay, I see some long answer. Let me see. Airline industry in India. Da, 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 da. Yes, that's right. You start the answer. That's absolutely right, Priyanka. You start the answer with what's given in the question. Absolutely. Focus strategy is followed and may target higher class customers. It's a focused differentiation strategy. Got to mention that very clearly. It's a focused differentiation strategy. Okay, let's see how they're writing the answer. This is how the answer is written here. The airline industry faces stiff competition. However, luxury jet has attempted to create a niche market by adopting focused differentiation strategy. A focused differentiation strategy requires often unique features that fulfill the demands of a narrow market. Luxury jet compete in the market based on uniqueness and target a narrow market which provides business. The option of charter flights provided several advantages, including this. Apart from convenience, the facility will provide time flexibility, traveling by the most comfortable, safe, and secure way to flying company senior business personnel. Chartered services in airlines can have both business and private use. Personalized tourism packages can be provided to those who can afford it. ठीक है जी ठीक है जी Everything picked up from the question itself while giving the answer of the strategy, what strategy they're using. Every single line is from the question itself. Niche means closed, small, narrow. Okay. And vis-a-vis means as compared to. Vis-a-vis, we call it vis-a-vis, vis-a-vis, right? It's called vis-a-vis, which means in comparison to. Okay. Let's go to the fifth question very quickly. Gen X. Again, you have to identify Porter's generic strategy which Gen X has adopted to gain competitive advantage. Identify and explain. Identify नहीं करना है सिर्फ, explain भी करना है. Which generic strategy has Gen X used? Which generic strategy is Gen X using? Yeah, that's a great answer, right? For the previous one. Very well articulated. Let's see what answers are coming in. Differentiation strategy, cost leadership, differentiation and focus. प्रियंका तीनों ही लगा दी क्या उन्होंने? All three strategies they have used. How is that possible? Since Gen X manufactures innovative products and invests in R&D, it's a differentiation strategy, says Rishabh. Rohan says differentiation. Okay. I'm just waiting to see some interesting answers. Differentiation, Vaishali says differentiation, Jay says differentiation. Okay, Ruturaj says easy way है मैं आंसर लिख देता हूँ. First write about Gen X from the question and then say differentiation strategy. ठीक है Ruturaj. उसके बाद differentiation strategy you have to explain also. Just saying. But I think you guys have got the concept of how to write an answer. Right? Let's go to the answer and quickly see in the interest of time. According to Porter, strategies allow organizations to gain competitive advantage. Porter called these basic generic strategies. Gen X has opted differentiation strategy. Its products are designed and produced to give customer value and quality, the uniqueness, high differentiation, and unique hardware. Gen X it will enable Gen X to charge premium price for the products and making higher profits and maintain its competitive position in the market. Differentiation strategy is aimed at broad mass markets and involves the creation of products and services that is perceived by the customer as unique. The uniqueness can be associated with product design, brand image, features, technology, dealer network, or customer service. What are the different areas where you can differentiate? वो आपको mention करते हैं. Now let me ask you a trick question here. Trick क्या? एक extended question here. My extended question here is, let's say this was a small question. What if this is a 7 or let's say if it's a 5 mark question? What all will you add in this answer? I want to know that because you should learn that as well. If this is a heavier mark question, let's say it's a 5 mark question. If it's a 5 mark question, what all will you add in this answer? Tell me. We learn that also. We should learn that as well, right? The art of answer writing. If this would have been a bigger question in terms of marks, what all would you have added? Advantages and disadvantages. That's right, Thoti. Absolutely. We would have added advantages and disadvantages as well. Simple. It's as simple as that. Look at the marks and see what all can be added. No, you would have not explained the other three strategies at all. Please do not touch other strategies at all. The question is based on differentiation strategy. You just have to explain differentiation strategy. If it would have been a bigger mark question, explain advantages, disadvantages, when it should be implemented, who should implement this, everything that we have studied in my notes, पूरा लिख देना यहाँ पे. You will get those marks, right? That's how you elongate an answer if the marks are more. Do not deviate ever. That's why I asked this question, because I was very sure people will say we will write all the three strategies. Nahin, you will never get marks. You have to stay within the answers box. You have to stay within the box of what is being asked and elongate that. ऐसे तो somebody will say I can start with chapter 1, that strategies are built at business, corporate and functional level, where functional managers do that and corporate level does that. When corporate level does that, they have so many options and strategies of Michael Porter. They can be cost leader, differentiation, focus. If they are a cost leader, they have to do that. If they are a focus, they have to do that. If they are a differentiation, they have to do that. And they are a differentiation in this answer. Nobody's going to give you marks. They're not interested to know you know chapter 1 or 2. They're just asking which strategy are they using and explain that. So only focus on differentiation. लिखने को तो पूरा syllabus लिख सकते हैं for every answer. Every question I can write the entire syllabus, but I don't have to, right? Every answer I can write all the 5 chapters. खुद ही question बना के. That, let's say they have differentiation, but they have a customer. So we will do a Mendelow's matrix. We will do a key stakeholder. My customer is my key stakeholder. We will do a Mendelow's matrix. Nobody's asking. Stay within the answers box and then explain advantages, disadvantages, who should do that, when we should do that, right? Great. Now you know how to elongate an answer as well. लंबा करना है marks के हिसाब से लंबा कर दो. Okay. Question 6 on your screens. Sohan and Ramesh are two friends who are partners in their business of making biscuits. Sohan believed in making profits through selling more volumes of the products, and he believes in charging lesser price to the customers. He says, volume ki game khelo. Ramesh, however, is of the opinion that higher price should be charged to create an image of exclusivity, right? And for this, he proposes that the product to undergo some change. Analyze the nature of generic strategy used by Sohan and Ramesh. Analyze the nature of generic strategy. They're not saying पूरी strategy समझाओ. They're just saying analyze the nature of strategy used by Sohan and Ramesh. Very simple question. Sohan and Ramesh. I was just reading the same question. It's interesting, right? Sohan wants to implement cost leadership while Ramesh wants to use differentiation. Sohan using low cost generic strategy while Rohan, Sohan and Ramesh. Rohan कहाँ से आया है? Who is Rohan? Sohan is using cost generic strategy while Ramesh is using differentiation strategy. Low price, high volume, cost leadership, and differentiation focused on marketing is what Ramesh is proposing. Absolutely right. You guys are right. No, no, Rishabh, they're the same one. They're not targeting different customers. They're just trying to target the same customers. Both are mass markets. Differentiation, mass market. Cost leadership, mass market. They are actually targeting the same people, same market, but with a different strategy. Sohan says by cost leadership, volumes badhao, bring down your economies of scale, bring down the per unit cost and sell more. Ramesh says, no, why do you want to do that? Build a brand, build a premium brand like a Nutri-Choice, like a Unibic, and sell those biscuits. Okay, that's how what the answer is as well. I'll take the last question. Rest of you can practice yourself. I don't want to get in and do all the questions for you, and leave something for you to practice as well. The last question for today. Let's do question number 7. Infant Care is a successful store chain that caters products for expectant mothers and new moms. They offer everything from nursing classes to strollers to toys, infant clothes, diapers, and baby furniture. Due to a one stop shop for infants, they are charging a premium for its products. Identify and explain how the strategy adopted, which there should be which strategy has been adopted by the infant care. Okay. Identify and explain which strategy has been adopted by the infant care. This is the last question for today. Just give me the answer. You don't have to write the entire thing like an answer. Just let's see if you can identify, and then let's wrap up for today. Okay, I see one answer from Kadambari. I won't say that answer so that others also, I'll just wait for others to do that as well. Srivasan, we will do case studies. I just said we will do case studies after completing the syllabus. We will do integrated case studies. Otherwise, it will not make sense. The fun in a case study is all the chapters are mixed together. Right now, you know we are doing chapter 3. Case study mein, you will not know the question comes from which chapter, what topic. Random questions will come and you will be bold. Yes, ye kya ho gaya? So that is why we will do that once we complete the syllabus. That will be fun. I will do that. Don't worry, we'll do that. फंस गए, जनता फंस गई. We will say focused differentiation. Focused differentiation. But the answer is only differentiation, not focused differentiation. The answer is differentiation and not focused differentiation. Can somebody tell me why? Let me tell you, the answer is differentiation and not focused differentiation. Answer is only differentiation. Can somebody tell me why? बता सकता है कोई क्यों? Why is this a differentiation and not focused differentiation? Yes, I agree. You might have a point that these are focused on expecting and infant moms. Not infant moms, but uh, moms of infants. So, infant mom is like कि 3 महीने की मम्मी. There's no 3 महीने की मम्मी. Rohan says it's differentiation and not focused differentiation because it covers a large population, right? Mothers and new moms, expectant mothers and new moms. It's a large population. It's not focused on one product. The focus is on different types of products. Okay. But focus is on market, ideally. Because it's focused on two sectors, the expected moms and moms of the infants. Hmm. Interesting. Good thought. I'm happy you guys are being creative around your answers. That's what we do. Stimulating your thoughts, stimulate your minds, right? यही तो करना है. जितना अच्छा सोचोगे उतना बेटर है. यही तो यूज करने बैठे हम लोग. It's not focused on one product. Okay, it's unique, premium price because they're not asking for generic strategy, but it's focused on expecting. Okay, both best cost provider कौन बोल रहा है? Key point premium joint it's not focused because it's focused on two because they're charging premium because it is focused on niche, but for baby products they're targeting. किधर गया ये answer? Give me once again. Infant care has different types of baby products, so it's a differentiating strategy. That's right. They want to adopt differentiating strategies because they have charged high prices. Da, 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 da. because they are charging premium for its products. The focus differentiation also charges premium. So that's not the right reason though. Consumer is different from customer. Here we go. Here we go. Somebody's touching the right answer. Good to see that, Mamta. Consumer is different from the customer. That's where your answer lies. I'm happy to see this answer. Somebody is using the concepts as well. The customer for this market, you're looking at consumer as a focused strategy. I look at focus strategy from a customer perspective. ये सामान, the father will also, the person who's become a father will also buy. The mother of the new mom will also buy. The father, the parents of the new mom will also buy. The relatives will also buy these products. Everybody's gonna buy this product for them. Everybody's gonna buy this product for them. They are focusing on the consumer, but their market is so huge. The customer is mass. Tomorrow, if one of your relatives is expecting, you will buy new clothes, some toys, you will buy some good products to gift to them. You will do that. भैया आप भी तो मार्केट हो उनकी. So infant care की market तो आप भी हैं because you're buying these stuff to gift to these mothers. Parents are gonna buy, relatives are gonna buy, the fathers are gonna buy, the mothers themselves are going to buy, right? The market is huge for them. It's interesting. I know it's confusing, yet it's interesting. And that is why management consultants are paid so much. That's why strategy is paid so much. That is why you are learning strategy here because it's interesting. It will make you think a lot of things. You might not feel things are right. You might just question and say, this is wrong. You might just, your thought might just have that what he's saying is wrong. And that's good to know. It's good to have an opinion, right? That's what we want to stimulate. However, from an exam perspective, focused strategies should be more from a market perspective. The market is huge, man. The market for this is huge. It cannot be focused. Baby care, baby related stuff, the kid related stuff, the market is enormously huge. Billions and trillions of dollars की market है, right? So it cannot be focus is like a small market. Small थोड़ी ना ये market. This market is huge. पागलपन है यहाँ तो. Like if your t-shirt is for 700, a kid's t-shirt who is just like 4 months or 5 months old, उसकी भी 700 की है. And that kid will grow in 3 months and the cloth is wasted. हम तो फिर भी 4 साल पहनेंगे, right? The market is crazy huge. Do you understand this concept? That's right. Himlata, that's part of consumer and customer thing that if the consumer doesn't like the product, customer will stop buying anyway. That's true. That stays with the concept what did with consumer and customer, right? I would just request all of you to just go and revise this chapter. I will upload the presentation we had today. Okay, I will just upload the PPT, the PDF that we had. You can refer chapter 3 as well and practice a lot more questions you have in the study material. Do go through that and enjoy your Sundays, right? Let's see how the match goes, how the India South Africa match goes. Let's see who wins. And with that, I'll see you next week. We'll start with, we just left with 2 chapters. One of my favorite chapters, chapter number 4. I'm sure I'm going to give you more than 100 examples in that chapter. That's my favorite chapter. We'll talk about so many companies. I have so many ideas to share with you. We'll do that in chapter 4 next week. Then we have chapter 5, very new concepts in chapter 5. Chapter 5 is a very new, like probably a chapter which has too many new concepts from a new syllabus, future global perspective, what ICAI is doing. So we'll do that as well in the coming weeks. With that, I think I'll just wrap up the session here today and just thank all of you who joined in, who have been interactive. I would just want all of you to be interactive. Who are not, Tell your friends that these classes are happening for free. Ask them to join the classes. It will be helpful for them as well. With that, I'll see you next week. We'll do chapter 4 and 5, and we'll do case studies and a lot of gappe, right? I'll see you next week, guys. Take care. Goodbye.